and then losing a companion at sea as well.
His teenage companion, Alvarenga says, died 4 weeks into their drift.
And Chad joins us now for a look at sports. You're going to talk about Super Bowl, I'm sure.
Yep, Denver Broncos sure looked like that guy. Cast away. They were nowhere to be found last night as the Seattle Seahawks win their first Super Bowl. Thus, why I'm wearing the green and blue tie
Oh, I
today.
see. Okay, sure.
So, supporting the Seahawks in their win. We'll also take a look at the blue and orange, the Blazers, and their weekend in Kelowna, or versus Kelowna. That's coming up in sports. Less than 24 hours after the Seahawks captured their first ever Super Bowl title, the city of Seattle and the entire Northwest is still in full party mode. And there wasn't much sleep had by the players either after they bullied their way to a 43-8 domination over Peyton Manning and the Denver Broncos. Last night, Broncos getting the opening kickoff in the first play from scrimmage at their own 14. Ball goes over Peyton Manning's head, and the Seahawks get a safety. Defense was unreal last night as well, all over Manning. Cliff Averill gets a hand on number 18. Ball goes right to Malcolm Smith, who gets a gift. He's gone 69 yards for the pick six. Seattle goes up 22-0 at the half. And if you thought it was over then, the Hawks really seal the deal to start the second half.
His former team, the Vikings, and they just pop it up. Good kick by Prater on a hop. It's Harvin, but now he takes off, and Percy Harvin gets free. Percy Harvin inside the 30. He's going to go. Touchdown, Seattle.
Percy Harvin in his second full game of the year goes 87 yards for the score, and the celebration is on. Pete Carroll gets the Gatorade shower. And Russell Wilson, the second-year quarterback, leads the Seahawks to their first ever Super Bowl.
We believed in our talent. We believed that if we put that, if we did the right things and we stayed on schedule and made the plays, that we could win and do the right things. And we did that tonight. And that's the best thing. We clicked on all cylinders.
We got great play out of everybody. We got pressure up front. They couldn't run the football. We made plays on the ball. We turned the thing over like we like. So, it really wasn't about those guys. It was our guys. We just played the way we always play and believed that would get it done. And fortunately, it did.
I think we were playing a great football team. I think we needed to play really well in order to win, and we just didn't come anywhere close to that. We weren't sharp.
Blazers aren't coming close to winning a championship this year, but the future is looking a little brighter for the boys in orange and blue, despite back-to-back losses to Kelowna this weekend. Following their 4-2 loss to the Rockets here on Friday, Blazers were in Kelowna Saturday for the back end of a home-and-home series, and it was the Miles Bell show. This opened the scoring for Kelowna minute 50 into the game, similar to Friday's start. Bell adds his second of the game early in the second, 4-1 Rockets. Then 16-year-old Devin Sidoroff picks up an assist on Colin Shirley's 10th of the season. Then Austin Douglas gets his first as a Blazer with a snipe from the point past Jordan Cook, and the Blazers are down by 1, just 4-3 after 2. But in the third, Miles Bell adds 2 more goals, getting his first ever Western Hockey League hat-trick as Kelowna wins 7-3 to sweep the weekend series. But with more than a few flashes from Sidoroff and 15-year-old Jake Kriske, there's some anticipation about what they can bring as full-time players next year.
Those kids, I know that Kriske is a good player. You don't have to watch him play to realize, the kind of player that we have. And Sidoroff, since he's been here, has just amazed me every night. I think he's blocked more shots than some of our guys have blocked all year. So it's really exciting to look and to feel the future, and the fans will get excited to see these guys come into their prime.
Both of us coming in, we're young guys, and just coming up to play a few games, we have our chemistry because we're just playing our simple game, and we're not used to all the systems, but we're just playing our simple game and doing what we can, working hard.
In the Den with the TRU Wolfpack.
Wolfpack basketball teams were back at home this weekend, winning both their games on Friday night to move their winning streaks to 3 games. The women coming off Friday night's win over Manitoba to secure the program's third straight playoff berth, and they're lighting it up in the second quarter against Winnipeg. Fourth straight threes between Sydney Williams and Tasia Worsfold. First Williams and then Worsfold from beyond the arc. TRU up 38-31 at the break. Wolfpack stretched the lead to 10 in the third, but Winnipeg making shots of their own. Stephanie Cleason hits a three. The Westmen led 56-55 after three quarters. In the fourth, the visitors pull away. This is Megan Noonan with the tray. Winnipeg comes back, outscoring TRU 48-30 in the second half to win it.
I don't know. Like, we can't hit shots and we let them score. Two kids had 50 points. That's obviously way too much to give up to two kids. But yeah, we couldn't hit free throws. We couldn't hit anything in the second half.
The men haven't secured a playoff spot yet, but riding a three-game winning streak heading into Saturday's game, and they start with a bang. Talon Milne with the slammage there, but the Wolfpack were down 19-15 after one. Second quarter, Winnipeg start on a 10-0 run, go up by 14 points, and they led 35-32 at the half. But TRU overcame that deficit to win on a buzzer beater, 67-66 over Winnipeg to move to 11-7 and closer to the playoffs in the Canada West. Only a week ago, TRU's men's volleyball team was a lock for a home playoff date, but after being swept at home to the #1 team in the country, Trinity Western University, that was in question. And this weekend, the Wolfpack lost Game 1 on Friday night in Regina, 3-1. For their third straight loss. TRU also got down in the second match on Saturday, losing the second and third sets, but they came back to win two straight and take the match 3-2. Now at 12-8 rather, they've clinched a playoff spot and are 2 games up on both Calgary and Saskatchewan for fourth in the Canada West with 2 games to play. The top 4 teams, by the way, earn rights to host in the playoffs. The women were also in Regina last weekend, but they stayed winless, dropping both matches on Friday and Saturday 3-0 to the Cougars. After a disappointing ending for Corinne Brown, at the BC Junior Curling Championships in December, Brown is back on the winning track. Brown's Kamloops rink representing TRU captured the Canada West curling title yesterday. They will represent the Wolfpack at the CIS Championships to be held March 19th to the 23rd in Regina.
Looking for a fun and affordable time out with your family? Take in a TRU Wolfpack game. Schedule, scores, and news about the TRU Wolfpack team are online or phone 377-6116 for more information. TRU, it's your university. In the Den with the TRU Wolfpack. Enjoy great sporting events at affordable family prices. Check out tru.ca/athletics for details.
We're only a month away from the first rock at the 2014 Tim Hortons Brier at the Interior Savings Center, and we now know 4 of the teams that will be here to compete for the national championship and the teams that won't be coming to the tournament capital. Manitoba's Jeff Stoughton, the winner here in 1996, will be back for the Brier here in Kamloops, taking his 11th provincial title yesterday in an 8-3 win. Brad Gushue, the 2006 Olympic champion, has also earned his 11th trip to the Brier for Newfoundland Labrador, winning 6-2 yesterday, and will be going for his first Brier here in Kamloops. Saskatoon's Steve Laycock will represent Saskatchewan after his 7-6 win over Regina's Brock Virtue, and Hamilton's Greg Balsden will represent Ontario. He upset the 9-time champion Glenn Howard in the Ontario Provincial Final yesterday, 6-5 with a steal in the 10th, a changing of the guard of sorts, at least at this year's Brier. Meanwhile, the BC Men's Curling Championships start Wednesday at the Vancouver Curling Club, with the final going on Sunday. If you have a comment or story idea for sports, contact us at sports@cfjctv.com. I can be followed on Twitter @Klassen87, and you can get sports on demand at cfjctv.com.
Chad Klassen's here now with a look at sports. Chad?
Hey, Tanya, we'll look back at the Blazers-Rockets weekend series. They had a home-and-home series in Kamloops and Kelowna. And we know 4 teams that will be competing here in Kamloops for the 2014 Brier. That's coming up in sports.
Okay.